Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. Appreciate it. Hopefully you are doing well. I have a repair project today. You may remember this canteen that I made. It turned out really pretty good. I like the canteen, except for one thing. It's got a crack in the back. And this isn't so much a firing or misfiring crack. This crack developed during the construction process. I thought I had it fixed, but obviously it showed up again once I fired it. And I'll put some links down in the description about making, painting, and firing this canteen. So the goal today is to repair it with kind of a Kintsugi kind of technique. And Kintsugi is a Japanese art of repairing pottery in such a way that it embraces the break. It doesn't try to hide it. It actually accentuates it. And I did that once before with this pot. It has a great break in it, and I fixed it with boiled down pine sap. And I actually kind of like it. It turned out, I think, pretty good. This break here is not so dramatic, but my goal here is not to use pine sap, but to use epoxy that is mixed with iron oxide or hematite. Never done it before, but I think we can make it work. So let me show you how. Well, here is the crack, and it is really too small to fill in with anything. So I think what I need to do first is to make it larger. And that will accentuate the crack, and that's kind of a Kintsugi thing anyway. So I will make a bigger crack here so I have more space to work with in terms of filling it in with the epoxy. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I have a old hacksaw saw blade, and I think that might work pretty good to just kind of work on it. I don't want to overly do this, but it needs to be big enough so that I can get the epoxy to fit in there. I also don't want to make things worse. I also have like an X-Acto knife. I think that might work as well. I want to be careful not to overdo this because I can break the whole pot, and that would be unfortunate. I have made some progress on the crack. I'm not quite done. And I've experimented with a variety of things. Some things work way better than others. A knife like this does not work. But an awl or a little nail, that works pretty good. Something that's kind of sharp. But you know what has worked the best? I have some little flint or shirt flakes that one of the viewers sent me. And that seems to be really the trick. It's hard and narrow and a little bit serrated, and it kind of saws through the tough ceramic stuff pretty well. So that seems to be the thing. I have to work on this a little bit more, and when we're ready for the next step, I'll come back. I had to experiment with some different kinds of epoxy, and I can tell you some things that worked and didn't work. This did not work. This is a tabletop two-part epoxy. It's real liquidy, and it's great for pouring on top of a wood tabletop. That's what it's intended for, but it just spreads out too much, and it kind of wicks around. This is what this is here. It just kind of got all over the place and didn't fill in a crack well at all. So then I tried epoxy putty. This is putty. There's two parts to it. You just knead it all together. And that didn't work too bad, but I had a hard time. This is the crack. Here's a crack here. I had a hard time really getting it to get a nice discrete line in there. It just didn't stick as well. Although, especially when you mixed the iron oxide with it to get it red, it just didn't mix in very well. So what has worked the best is this two-part epoxy. It's kind of halfway between the liquid stuff and the putty. And JB Weld makes some. There's different companies. This happens to be clear, so I think you want clear or white because I'm going to mix iron oxide with it. And it has a pretty good consistency, although it's a little shinier than I want, but this is the line that it made, so it wasn't too bad. Have to be very, very careful though so it doesn't get all over the place. So if you've not used epoxy before, read the directions, but basically all the stuff I've seen has been the same. There's two parts to it, and you mix the two parts together 50-50. It's important that it's mixed up well. And I've seen applicators where you get an exact amount out. I've found that if you have a pretty close amount, that'll work. And it can be really messy and really sticky. The thing with this really clear stuff, you can't really tell very well when it's totally mixed together. Sometimes with epoxy, the two parts are a little bit different color. And it'll tell you how long to mix it for. Now this is a 5-minute epoxy, so that means that it's going to harden up fairly quickly. I doubt that I can get my whole project done all at once. So now what I have here, this is called ochre. I collected this in kind of central Arizona. This is not a precise process here, but I think it's a kind of iron oxide. And I like the color. It's sifted pretty finely. I'm not too worried about it being super fine in this case. When I experimented with this yesterday, I found that using something sharp like a little nail works pretty good. And just a little bit, and have to try and be careful. I know I'm going to mess up on this some. Now, I should say it's important to clean this out really well. Use a brush of some sort and make sure that there's no dust in there. Otherwise, it's going to be hard for the epoxy to stick. So this is liquidy enough so it will level out. So I can tell that this is starting to get kind of thick. And it's not going to go in very well. And I think the smart thing to do is to not push it and try not to get too much done at one time. And go ahead and just make up another batch. I finished the first coat of this and it's worked out pretty good. I used a little nail as the applicator and just dab a little bit and just work real slowly. So don't mix more epoxy than you need. You just need a little bit of a dab. And mixing in the ochre or iron oxide, that seemed to work out okay as well. With this epoxy, it sits in an hour, and it's been like 3 hours or so. So it filled it in pretty well, although you can see that it's kind of glossy, and it's kind of uneven at times. So what I'm going to do, I've got some really fine files. Also, I have real fine sandpaper. And I don't like that gloss, so I'm going to rough that up and even this out a little bit. And hopefully that's a little bit better. But what I need to do is be real careful not to actually scratch the pot itself. This is a high area where the epoxy started to stiffen up. Also found that you can use a X-Acto knife if you're really careful to trim up the edges a little bit if it kind of went over the crack a bit. I think you want to be really very careful. It'd make things worse than what they were. You can also take a piece of real fine sandpaper, fold it over, and work the cracks that way as well. I think that works about as well as the files do. All right, I have worked at it. I've smoothed it out. It's not totally smooth, but it is definitely sealed up. I like it much better that it's roughed up a little bit. It doesn't have that gloss. And the red color from the hematite or ochre came out really pretty nice. So I think this is a success. There you have it, non-traditional Kintsugi. You know, it's a high-tech solution in a way using epoxy, but it works, and I think it looks okay. I kind of like it. In fact, I like it quite a lot. Mixing in the hematite or ochre really helps, and then kind of taking the shine off of it, I think that makes it look a little bit better as well. And so now the Canteen is good. I mean, it would certainly hold water if you wanted it to, and it's good and solid. And so salvage something that was essentially cracked and broken. So I'm happy with the outcome, and I think this is a solution that other people might be able to use, maybe you. So, and if someone is interested in this, I'll leave my email address in the description if you want to contact me. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Thumbs up, comments, all that stuff. It really helps. Appreciate it so much. And until next time, this is Wes wishing you health, happiness, peace, and love. Take care. Bye-bye.